everybody, I'm Nat Jarecki.
I'm Kyle Gwynn.
And we got a great matchup today between the Bakersfield Christian Eagles and the Faith Lutheran Crusaders, coming all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. Last year, these two teams squared off in a game in Las Vegas. It was a long day for both teams, especially the Eagles, who had to drive all the way to Vegas last year for this game. Ended up losing 42-28. Kyle, you want to talk about that game last year?
Yeah, to start off, Faith Lutheran in the first half scored 42 points. Looked like BCHS didn't get off the bus in that first half, but in the second half showed a lot of promise. Scored 28, make that game a little bit closer. 42-28 was the final score. And in that game, BCHS now starting quarterback Dominic Gamboni. That's where he really got his first good minutes of play time. He came in the second half and was one of the biggest reasons as to why they got those 28 points.
Yeah, Gamboni last year had 284 yards and 3 touchdowns in the loss against Faith Lutheran. This year it's a little bit different. Faith Lutheran's 0-3, BCHS is 3-0. Kyle, you want to talk about the Eagles' last 3 weeks?
The Eagles' last 3 weeks has looked pretty good. The first 2 weeks especially, the defense looked phenomenal, didn't even give up a point. And in these past 2 games, it's really been more the offense that's coming alive. You know, last week the Eagles really got tested against St. Joseph. Final score ended up being 37-28. Really close game, back and forth. And in that game, the Eagles really found a way they were faced with some different challenges. They were actually behind for the first time. They found a way to come back, and they've looked really good this season. And then on the Faith Lutheran side, they're 0-3, but you cannot take that lightly because they are a very good football team despite their record. They played 2 of the best top 50 teams in the state. So you got to watch out for Faith Lutheran.
Yeah, Faith Lutheran's 0-3, but their record doesn't really reflect on how good they are. A lot of players were suspended for them the first couple of weeks. Now they get them back for our game. Should be an interesting one. Last year they had a USC commit who's no longer with the team. 11 players have transferred. It's going to be a different team that we're going to play this year.
Yeah, certainly a different feel for the Eagles. You know, probably this year it's going to be a little bit more even, especially with Faith Lutheran coming over from Las Vegas, not the inverse like last year. So it should be pretty interesting.
Should be interesting. Last week, Ben Jarecki was living it up on all sides of the ball. You want to talk about his performance last week?
Yeah, Ben Jarecki had a great game last week. He had 9 catches for 154 yards. That's the tight end. Really looked like a Stanford tight end that game. And then on defense as well, you know, he plays both sides of the ball. He had 3 sacks and 5 tackles. So he was just really making his presence known all over the field.
Yeah, and even had a couple of great punts on the special team side of the ball. Jarecki's a player that plays all sides of the ball. He plays every single special teams, offense, and defense. Who else are we going to look for on the defensive side of the ball for the Eagles today?
For the defensive side of the ball, Ronnie Simrell had an interception last week, so look out for him at DB. And then the defensive line for the Eagles has been really good. You know, Ben Jarecki's on that line, as well as Carter Lynch and also David Steele and Dylan Parcher. And then the linebacking game of Noah Doss and Donovan Foster has also been standout.
Yeah, and you might also want to look out for Noah Doss on the offensive side of the ball. They move him in as a second tight end sometimes. See if they put him in there a little bit more tonight. David Stevenson coming off on the offensive side of the ball. You want to talk about his performance last week against St. Joseph?
Stevenson really had a great performance. He had 20 carries for 207 yards. You know, almost got to that school record, only 100 yards short. But he really had a great game. Had a touchdown that went for 81 yards. Great run there. He just really was living it up on offense.
Yeah, hopes to change the culture. Last year against Faith Lutheran, the Eagles only had negative 21 yards rushing. Definitely trying to get in that positive yards, even above 100 yards rushing tonight. They got to control the tempo of the game. Yeah,
they've been doing a good job of controlling both running and passing the ball this year. You know, last week they had around 200 to 250 yards on both rushing and passing. So they're doing a great job of mixing up their plays.
Should be a good one tonight. Captains are on the field, and we're about to get going. Captains tonight: Chris Gutierrez, Ronnie Simrell, Ben Jarecki, and Dylan Parcher for the Eagles.
That's our friends from Las Vegas and Faith Lutheran. Welcome, the Crusaders. California Scholastic Federation.
Again, this is a matchup between the BCHS Eagles, who are 3-0, against the Faith Lutheran Crusaders, who are 0-3.
Players, coaches, and spectators of this game is to be conducted with the highest.
Lutheran making the 5-hour trip all the way from Las Vegas here tonight.
Please cooperate in making this contest exemplary and the finest tradition of interscholastic athletics.
About to get going here soon.
On the basis of their expertise, fairness, and integrity. Please treat them with respect.
Eagles looking to go to 4-0.
Looking to be a much better start than they had last season. You know, they were tested against like a very good team against Faith Lutheran. They lost to CVC this year. They beat CVC. This year, this Eagles team looks a lot better early on in the season.
We welcome the officials.
Hoping to get back at Faith Lutheran after that 43-28 loss last year. Eagles are walking from the locker room now, about to get ready to take the field.
For the first time this season, rocking the all-black uniforms. It is a blackout here tonight. You don't get to see the black uniforms too often.
We've really come our third or even second colors.
Yeah, I know about like 2 years ago, felt like they were wearing black almost every game.
Yeah, it seemed like they were black more than they were wearing the white or blue. Cheerleaders' pom-poms are up. Eagles take the field. Nathan Smith with the BCHS flag. Randy Raymond with the American flag. Great job by them, as they do it every week.
Great run out there. Way to hold the flags and to do it in order.
And we're about to get ready for the national anthem, so we'll be right back after the national anthem and the prayer.
This time I'd like to invite everybody to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by BCHS student Ashley Jansen, and then please remain standing for prayer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose was stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets naked, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing.
Please bow. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the game of football. We thank you for getting Faith Lutheran here safely. We pray that they get home safely on their return. We pray for a competitive game, played with character, competitiveness, and integrity. In your name we pray, amen.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful national anthem and prayer right there. About to get going here in Bakersfield for this out-of-state matchup between the Bakersfield Christian Eagles and the Faith Lutheran Crusaders. Should be a competitive one. Look to see.
I feel like this may be the biggest test for the Eagles all season long, as they get to go up against one of the best teams in Nevada.
Faith Lutheran back to receive first. Wearing a grayish jersey instead of the traditional away white uniforms.
It's light enough to pass for an away jersey, especially when the other team's wearing black. Getting a nice mixture here of Raiders colors. Sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah, it was a tough loss on Sunday.
Tough loss. It's Mahomes, man. Mahomes magic.
278 yards in the first half. I mean, not in the first half, just the second quarter.
Yeah, I was about to say, just
second quarter and 4 touchdowns. That'll do it for you. I feel like the Chiefs don't even need like superstar wide receivers. They just need guys that can run under the ball and go up and get it.
Yeah, that's basically all they need. But a guy like Tyreek Hill certainly does help when he's in there.
But he wasn't even in there.
I know, but I'm saying like when he is, well, we're about to get underway, but when he is in there, it's pretty fast. He's just able to get right by defensive backs. Ooh.
A little trickery right away for Faith Lutheran. Rohan pitched it off to number 13, Keegan Bunn. He got up past the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him around the 18 or so.
Much better job there on kick return for the Eagles.
Yeah, last week against St. Joseph took the opening kickoff 95 yards back for a touchdown. Already off to a better start this week than last week for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm certain that the Eagles are appreciating them not being down 7-0 only a couple seconds into the game. They can rely on the defense to get the ball back quickly.
Rohan in the backfield and flag right away. And a delay of game on Faith Lutheran.
I feel like we haven't seen a lot of delay of games this year. I feel like that may be our first one.
At least one that was not intentional.
Yes, that's correct.
Riley Schwartz, the quarterback, motions Rohan. Hands it off in the fly. Rohan cuts upfield, breaks a tackle, and then gets past the original line of scrimmage up to about the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up second and about 7.
Nice rush there by the Crusaders to get a lot of those yards back from the penalty. And I feel like the Eagles, that's really what they're going to have to stop tonight, the run. So far in the 3 games Faith Lutheran has played, they've certainly been more of a rushing team.
Rohan, as a junior last year, had 50 yards on 6 carries against the Eagles. Schwartz then throws a screen, but the Eagles are already on top of it. Forward progress behind the line of scrimmage at about 22-yard line or so. Maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, just nothing there. Well read by the Eagles secondary to stop that in its tracks.
Eagles defense already poses a 3rd down. Takes a snap, another fly sweep to the outside, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the 1st down. It's going to be about 4 yards short. Jaden Turner, the sophomore, with the carry. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Great job there by the Eagles defense to start off the game with a 3 and out. Especially what you want to get your offense on the field as quickly as possible. Take an early lead.
High snap, gets the punt away. Gutierrez is going to let it bounce, takes an Eagle bounce, and Faith Lutheran falls onto it about the 42-yard line, and that's where the Eagles offense is going to come out and start.
The Eagles in their past 3 games have typically had pretty good field position throughout the entire games. A lot of that's due to the defense being able to create stops, allow for the other team to be punting in their own end zone or close to it.
The Eagles have had a lot of good field position throughout the year.
Support Eagle Athletics. Ball on the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Gamboni, the quarterback, takes the snap. Hand off to Stevenson. Stevenson, the left side, breaks a tackle and gets up past the 45-yard line. Going to mark him around the 46-yard line. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down.
Stevenson already back to where he left off from last week with another solid run. I feel like every time he touches the ball, he's able to find ways to get extra yards. Always get positive yardage.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Gamboni takes up another handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson, the left side, breaks another tackle and carries him all the way up to about the 45-yard line of Faith Lutheran. Moves the chains for an Eagles 1st down.
Looked about like the same play as last time. Because it worked, they went right back to it. Good call there and good run by Stevenson.
And the Eagles offense is already rolling here tonight in Bakersfield. 7 o'clock kickoff compared to the normal 7:30 kickoffs due to the distance for Faith Lutheran.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Doesn't feel like the game's supposed to be starting right now, but it is. And Eagles already, like you said, off to a hot start.
They're going to run a screen to Jarecki. Jarecki turns it upfield and gets up past the 40-yard line. And they're going to mark him at about the 37-yard line of the Crusaders.
Gamboni already going back to Jarecki just like last week, where he got over 150 yards receiving. I feel like he's really been the old reliable for the Eagles. Whenever they need yards, they can always throw it to him, as he just finds ways to get open and get get yards after the catch.
2nd and 3 for the Eagles. Gamboni, handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson up the middle, and forward progress gets him past the 35 to the 34. It's going to be enough for an Eagles 1st down.
Yeah, just got enough there to keep the chains moving, and the Eagles already so far 8:38 left to go in the 1st quarter, already moving the ball very well.
Yeah, first drive, mixing up some rushing plays and some passing plays. Nothing but positive so far. Faith Lutheran went 3 and out in their first possession and punted to the Eagles, and here we are with 8:25 to go, tied 0-0. And before the snap, and it looks like it's going to be an offside for Faith Lutheran, so that's going to move the ball up 5 yards.
It's not what you want if you're Faith Lutheran. You're trying to prevent the Eagles from continuing to drive, and stupid penalties like those certainly kill that.
Yeah, already 2 stupid penalties for Faith Lutheran. They had the delay of game and now the offsides. 1st and 5 for the Eagles at the Faith Lutheran 30. Gamboni fakes the handoff, throws, and that's caught by Jarecki. Jarecki up past the 25 to the 27 for another Eagles 1st down.
Looks like we might be in for another great game here for Jarecki receiving-wise. Already targeted him twice. He's already got close to 20 yards.
First and 10 from the 22. Gamboni takes a snap. Handoff to Stevenson, but Stevenson was hit in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of 2.
Nice play there by Faith Lutheran. Just all over that play. Jumps right through.
Brings the ball back to the 24-yard line, and that's the first play the Eagles have gone in the negative on this drive.
Yeah, it looked like even if that Crusader wasn't able to tackle Stevenson, looked like the Eagles would have continued their streak of getting positive yards, but just nice play there on defense.
Gamboni takes snap, fakes the handoff, looking, throws a fade to Simrall. Oh, just beyond the reach of his hands, falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
It's a tough pass to make there. You won't see it a lot at the high school level, that quality of pass. Would have been nice if it was completed, but very, very difficult play there.
Yeah, just beyond the reach of Simrall's gloves. Looked like he could have extended his arms a little more. But the pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 12 with 6:47 to go. Tied 0-0 here in Bakersfield, California. Gamboni takes the snap. Throws. Has Gutierrez. Gutierrez tries to cut between 2 defenders. Loses the football. Simrall picks it up and they're going to get the ball and spot it close to the 20-yard line. Could have been a disaster as Gutierrez brought the ball into the red zone, then fumbled it after he got hit by 2 defenders simultaneously.
Yeah, that would have been really bad for the Eagles. You know, they had a good drive, and they're in scoring range. They can maybe kick a field goal, or they can maybe go for it. They're luckily able to recover it.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down and 8. Gamboni takes the snap, throws, and that just fell short of Gutierrez, and that's incomplete, and the Eagles are going to turn the ball over on downs.
It was to start, it was a pretty good drive there by the Eagles, able to get down just inside the red zone. A great stand there by the Crusaders to keep this game tied 0 apiece.
20-yard line, 1st and 10 Crusaders.
So the Faith Lutheran Crusaders will come onto the field with the ball at their own 20-yard line. A couple yards better field position for them this drive than their last.
You know, Faith Lutheran's trying to get something going here. Their first drive proved unsuccessful.
As they hand the ball off and gets it up past the 25 to the 26. Marcus Candle's the ball carrier. David Stevenson in there with the hit. 2nd and median for the Crusaders here. Takes a snap, another handoff, and the Eagles defense is right there. Parcher and Foster in there.
Yeah, just absolutely nowhere to go there. About like three or four Eagles defenders. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Eagles hoping to get another 3 and out here early in this game.
5:10 to go here in the first quarter. Tied 0-0. Faith Lutheran on their 2nd drive of the game. Schwartz in an empty set. Takes a snap. Fakes the screen. It's going to be a design quarterback run, and he's got the 1st down and more all the way up past the 40 to the 43-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Faith Lutheran 1st down.
Great run there by Schwartz. And we saw last week that the Eagles had some trouble with the QB sneaks. That was really one of the main reasons St. Joseph made that such a close game. Seems like some of those issues regarding the QB sneak hasn't fully been resolved yet by the Eagles.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Schwartz takes the snap, hands it off. Candles makes a move after he breaks a tackle, but 2 flags fly in. After a gain of about 2, we're going to hold it and see what the penalties are for. And it looks like it's going to be a face mask against the Eagles.
That's certainly a killer because they had stopped him at the line of scrimmage.
So face mask on Eagles. That's a 1st down.
They're going to only move the ball up to the 44-yard line.
Got the classic
Or 49-yard line.
1st and 3 night.
1st and 3 for the Crusaders. Eagles showing pressure. Schwartz steps back, going to take a shot, and that falls incomplete. Eagles in there to defend it. Ronnie Simrell in there with the play.
Yeah, nice job there by Simrell to break that one up. And it looked like the Eagles were showing pressure, just not able to get in there in time. But luckily for them, Faith Lutheran unable to complete.
2nd and 3 for the Crusaders. 4:06 to go here in the first quarter. Tied 0-0. Schwartz, handoff. Outside. Flag is down after number 33, Leonardo Mendoza, the 4th. Got the first down and more. But it looks like this one's coming back.
Yeah, it was a nice run to the outside there. But it's all for naught as Faith Lutheran now is going to be hit with another penalty. Eagles kind of catch a break there.
Holding against Crusaders. Repeat 2nd down.
2nd and 13 coming up for Faith Lutheran. Eagles only going to rush 3. Schwartz takes a snap. They're going to look for a screen, and Foster hit the wide receiver, the running back. Didn't locate the ball. The ball was just lobbed up there, fell incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, even with the Eagles only bringing 3, they were able to get just enough pressure in there to cause a bit of an overthrow there by Schwartz.
And 3rd and 12 for Faith Lutheran is a lot. They're not doing very well this year in the passing game.
And it especially hurts when you had 1st and 3. Looked like it was going to be a gimme to get that first down, but instead they're facing a 3rd and long and really need to convert.
They're going to throw to the outside to Thornton. Thornton makes the catch, but is about 1.5 yards short of the first down. And this is a big decision for the Crusaders.
Yeah, nice catch there. But sometimes you just got to know where the line is. You know, there isn't a yellow line like there is on TV to know exactly where you need to run to. But you got to be aware about what the situation is.
So the Crusaders are going to go for it. Ball on the Eagles' 49-yard line. 4th and 2. Schwartz takes a snap, handoff up the middle, and looks like he got a great push by the Faith Lutheran offensive line. And it's going to be enough for the Faith Lutheran first down.
Yeah, it looked like the Eagles had got a big stop there on 4th down, but just that little extra push able to get Faith Lutheran a first down and keep this drive alive.
3:28 to go. Tied 0-0 here in the first quarter. Both teams have split drives, and now Faith Lutheran on their second drive of the game has it rolling. Ball on the 45-yard line. Schwartz takes the snap, throws, and that's intercepted! Ronnie Simrell with the interception. And he runs out of bounds at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
Another interception there by Simrell. Had one last week. Really done a great job in the secondary. Just poorly thrown ball there by Schwartz. And the Eagles get the ball back. And speaking of turnovers, I don't know how we haven't mentioned this yet, but this year the Eagles do have their own turnover chain. It's usually being rocked by Tyler Torjani. But now Simrell will get to wear it.
Not yet. He's
not yet. He's still on the field playing offense. He's got to play offense and defense. So in a minute, he will get to rock the turnover chain.
Eagles going to throw over the middle, and Gamboni throws an interception. That's number 22, Hunter Kayupiku, with the interception, and he brings it all the way up into Eagles territory. The Fresno State commit with the interception.
Yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time. Don't know what Gamboni was looking at there, but it leads to a big play there for the Crusaders.
Back-to-back turnovers for both teams, and the Crusaders are going to have the ball at the 22-yard line. Bad decision by Gamboni. Only his second interception through the last 3 games. Schwartz hands it off. Rohan gets it up past the 20 to about the 15-yard line. Gain of about 7, going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, but going back to that last interception, the past couple of games, we haven't seen Gamboni make those types of mistakes. It's been pretty good since the Garces game. So odd to see that play there.
Eagles showing pressure immediately, but Faith Lutheran gets the ball off. Canals the ball carrier.
And that's the first down for the Crusaders on the Eagle 12-yard line.
It's going to be enough for a Faith Lutheran first down. 1st and 10 from the 12. Crusaders fakes the handoff. Schwartz rolling out right. Stops, and then he gets brought down. Jurasik there with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a sack.
First real big play there on defense for Jurasik. Talked about how last week he had 3 sacks and 5 tackles. Just adding another tackle there to the stat sheet. And a lot of quarterbacks mistakenly think they can get by Jurasik. Always a mistake, as he's able to always wrap him up and throw him down.
And
timeout called by the Eagles.
Timeout by BCHS here with 1:29 to go here in the first quarter. Tied 0-0. Kyle, each team having 2 drives. It's Faith Lutheran their third. Both teams splitting possessions the first time, and the Eagles and Faith Lutheran both throwing interceptions. How do you like the play so far?
Play so far, it was a bit sloppy, with those 2 interceptions. For the most part, it's been pretty good. Both teams have shown the ability to move the ball down the field. Both teams shown the ability to get a stop when they need to. But now we just need to see who has the ability to strike first and strike more often.
1:29 to go here in the first quarter, tied 0-0. It's a crucial defensive possession for the Eagles. Second and 13 from the 15. Faith Lutheran toss outside to Canals. Canals gets about 3 on that play before being drove out of bounds. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long here in the red zone for the Crusaders.
Yeah, we're now facing at what's possibly one of the biggest plays of this first quarter right here. Be huge if the Eagles were able to get a stop and force 4th down. And Crusaders with them so close to the end zone would definitely like to punch it in here.
3rd and 10. Eagles linebackers showing pressure. They throw to the outside, and that's caught.
Pass is complete.
And it's going to be called a touchdown for Faith Lutheran.
Peyton Thornton makes the grab.
Peyton Thornton, the senior, with the catch. And it puts the Crusaders up 6-0 with 1:16 to go here in the first quarter.
Nice grab there by Thornton. We've already seen him. He already had that nice pass in the last drive for Faith Lutheran. Makes another one there. And he's been their go-to receiver, as we got a weird setup here for Faith Lutheran.
Gonna fake the 5 sweep, throw a screen, and they get the 2-point conversion.
But a flag on the play. Could be a possible pick play.
Flag on the play.
Weird formation for the Crusaders.
Yeah, really odd there.
False start on Faith Lutheran.
Procedure against Crusaders.
Takes away the 2-point conversion.
Real killer there. It was a nice play. Had the Eagles all sorts of confused. It makes sense. You don't see that type of formation too often.
And now they're going to try to
Backs them up.
kick the field goal.
Attempting the extra point now.
PAT Schwartz, the holder. Left-footed kicker for the Crusaders. Snap's good. Kick is up. He splits them. So Faith Lutheran leads 7-0 with 1:16 to go here in the first quarter. We got a ball game here tonight in Bakersfield. 3-0 Eagles facing off against the 0-3 Crusaders.
Talking previously about who was going to strike first. Faith Lutheran did just that. It was a nice catch by Thornton. Make this game 7-0. Now we get to see what the Eagles will do with the ball after the interception.
Eagles in another unfamiliar play. Not really been behind a lot. Only last week in the first half against St. Joseph. But other than that, that one half, haven't been trailing a lot.
Yeah, but the good thing for the Eagles is now they know how it feels to be behind and what it takes to come back. You know, they're only down 7, so that they don't have to do too much comebacking. And so they know what it's like to be punched and then come right back up.
Stevenson and Gutierrez back deep for the Eagles.
Kachoyan, the kicker, boots it away. Gutierrez fields it around the 15-yard line, and he's going to bring it out right. Cuts it upfield, then makes a jump cut, makes another jump cut outside, and there's a flag down. But in the meantime, Gutierrez is running free, makes another move, and he's trying to make it all the way, pitches it at the last second to Randy Raymond.
What a play there from Gutierrez and then Raymond, but that it looks like it might be coming back, which would just be a huge blow for such an exciting play there.
Wow. Gutierrez making so many cuts.
So many great moves there.
Pitch it to Raymond at the last second, but there's a flag down at the Faith Lutheran 44-yard line.
Looks like that one's coming back, but it's sure fun to watch.
Heartbreaking loss for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was most definitely the most exciting play of the season for the Eagles, and it will not count.
Hate to see it happen.
Certainly exciting, though.
Could have tied it up with 57 seconds instead. The ball's going to be marked all the way back to the Eagles' 10-yard line. Wow.
A real killer there.
Hate to see it happen for the Eagles. Faith Lutheran leads 7-0 with 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Field ball spotted about the 11. First and 10.
Gamboni looking to bounce back after that costly interception, which led to a Faith Lutheran touchdown. have officials timeout to switch the balls here. And here we go, 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. Gamboni hands it off. Stevenson cuts it up the middle, then tries to break a tackle, plows his way up past the 20-yard line, close to the marker.
Stevenson on the carry.
And he gets it. First down, Eagles.
Stevenson already having another good night so far. And the Eagles will need to have Stevenson continue to play at this level in order for them to win this game.
Eagles back at their own 21-yard line. Gamboni takes a snap. Another handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson up the middle, trying to shed a defender, cannot. Gets up past the 25 to about the 26-yard line, gain of about 5.
Brought down by John Barber.
And it looks like that'll be the last play of the first quarter here in Bakersfield. So Faith Lutheran leads 7-0. We'll be right back for the second quarter of action to finish off the first half after this. And we are back for second quarter of action. Eagles trail 7-0.
26-yard line, 7-5.
Here at the start of the second quarter. Eagles have the ball in their black uniforms going right to left. Handoff to Wandenbarger. Wandenbarger makes a move, fakes it outside. Wandenbarger then gets tripped up by Rohan just past the 45-yard line of Faith Lutheran, but almost able to take it the distance, but it looks like he's a little hurt on the play, stumbling. Falls down on the sideline, but huge gain for the Eagles.
Yeah, first carry of the night for Wandenbarger had been mostly David Stevenson at running back. But in his first carry, a great run there by Wandenbarger. Really only had to get past that last defender, and it would have been a for sure thing touchdown. But still, great run there by Wandenbarger to get the Eagles some momentum here.
Yeah, great tackle by Julian Rohan for the Crusaders. 1st and 10 from the 42. Gamboni fakes the handoff. Gonna take a shot. Tyler Carr looked like he stopped running in mid-route.
Looks like he was trying to get the pass interference call. A lot of contact.
Unable to track down the ball. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles. 11-12 to go here in the second quarter. Faith Lutheran leads 7-0. Gamboni, handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson left side gets hit just past the line of scrimmage. Gets up to about the 39-yard line. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 7.
Eagles certainly want to convert here on 3rd down. as they need to tie this game up. They are down by 7 here in the second quarter. Would love to get on the scoreboard. And a big play here could certainly get them their first points of the game.
And Gamboni calls a timeout. Eagles use their second timeout of the half here with 10:37 to go. Didn't like what he saw at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we've seen the Eagles not try and save all their timeouts to the end of halves and try and go on a run towards the end of the half. Instead, use it when they see something they don't like.
Although Faith Lutheran leads 7-0, not a lot of possessions for both teams. This is the Eagles' third possession of the night.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of longer drives. Still not a lot of points to show for them.
Yeah, a lot slower of a game compared to last week against St. Joseph.
Bit faster pace, a lot of action, a lot of scoring that game.
Low scoring here, 7-0. Crusaders lead over the Eagles. Eagles going to run a formation where Stevenson's lined up right behind Tyler Carr on the left side.
We haven't really seen something like this for the Eagles.
Gamboni throws and finds Jarecki just past the 30. Flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be holding.
And that takes away the Eagles' first down. Gamboni able to slide left and get the ball away before getting hammered.
Yeah, it was a nice play there by the Eagles. But unfortunately, one of the main reasons they were able to get that off just in time was because of the holding, and that will really back them up here to the 45.
Third long for the Eagles.
Third and very long for BCHS. Gamboni takes a snap. Steps up in the pocket, then he feels pressure, and he goes down. Number 54 for the Crusaders, or excuse me, 64, John Barber with the tackle. It's a sack and backs the Eagles up even more. And Ben Jarecki's going to move back to punt the ball away.
It's a bit of a disappointing possession there for the Eagles. They had housed the kick return. Then that got called back for a penalty. Then they had the first down, and that gets called back for a penalty. Now they got a punt here.
Timeout by Faith Lutheran with 9:32 to go. And both teams have wasted timeouts early.
Yeah, both of them have. This one a bit odder, as Faith Lutheran's calling it on special teams.
Yeah, you think 4th and 29, they wouldn't need a timeout.
Yeah, I don't know what they're discussing there. Makes you wonder. Maybe they try and bring pressure, or really don't know here.
Ball back on the Eagles' 40-yard line after a crucial holding penalty on third down. And then just the sack on the actual third down play. 4th and 29, Jarecki the punter. And Jarecki boots this one, line drive to about the 29. Rohan catches it, breaks a tackle now, trying to get the edge, and he finally gets brought down on the Eagles side of the field, but there is a flag down at the Eagles' 42-yard line.
Yeah, it was a low line driver that got to the punt returner quickly So hard to defend there, but a couple missed tackles for the Eagles. But luckily a holding will bring back much of that yardage.
Ball's going to be spotted at the Crusaders' 47-yard line. And that's where they're going to take over. They lead 7-0 with 9:18 to go here in the second quarter in Bakersfield, California. Eagles dropping 2 high safeties as Faith Lutheran hands the ball off. Outside goes Canals and gets about 2 on that carry. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, not much there for Faith Lutheran.
Pick up 2 on the play.
Second and 8 for the Crusaders. Schwartz, the quarterback. Canals to the right of him. Takes a snap. Throws a screen, and number 84, Jaden Turner, the sophomore, with the reception, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd and 8.
Could have been a big play there for Faith Lutheran, but instead really played well there by BCHS to get off of the blocker and able to make the tackle. I believe it was Randy Raymond in on that play.
Randy showing out, getting a couple offers from some D3 schools. Hoping to play some college football. Schwartz, intentional QB sneak, goes the outside. Flag is down.
Flag on the play.
We'll have to wait to see what the flag is. Face mask against the Eagles.
Face mask against the Eagles.
And that's going to give Faith Lutheran a first down after the Eagles were able to stop him on 3rd.
The Eagles have had a lot of killer penalties this game so far.
It takes the ball all the way into Eagle territory.
And that really hurts the Eagles.
10 for the Crusaders. 7:49.
Just some unfortunate penalties costing the Eagles here. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. 7:35 to go here in the second quarter. Throw over the middle is caught. And he's going to run. Flag is down, but number 14, Peyton Thornton, with the reception, gets the first down.
Thornton's really been the Crusaders' go-to receiver. A nice slant route there.
Holding against Crusaders.
And it's holding against Faith Lutheran.
So both teams will trade, go back and forth with go back and forth with penalties.
Yeah, Thornton had 6 catches for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns last year for Faith Lutheran against the Eagles. Big 6'3", 225 senior wide receiver. Showing up again this year.
Yeah, he's got good size and good hands. Makes for a pretty good wide receiver. Faith Lutheran's lucky to have him.
1st and 4 for the Crusaders. Fakes the handoff, throws a slant. There's Thornton again. And Thornton gets brought down at about the 10-yard line inside the Eagles' red zone. And here comes Faith Lutheran once again.
Now they went with the slant route on the other side of the ball, right to Thornton, and it works out just as well.
Yeah, Thornton able to play both sides of the field. Schwartz able to find him. .650 to go. Crusaders lead 7-0. They're threatening to score again.
Thing is, the Eagles did have them stop, but a face mask penalty derailed that, but a nice play there made for the Eagles.
Parcher and Steele on that stop.
Yeah, it looked like it was Dylan Parcher. Made a nice play there to bring Faith Lutheran back a little bit.
David Steele also in there for the Eagles. Bring up 2nd and 11 after the carry for -1.
Second goal.
2nd and goal for the Crusaders. Takes a snap. Handoff to the left side for Canals. Trying to cut upfield. Gets a couple on that play. Brings it inside the 10 to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Going to bring up a crucial 3rd and goal.
Eagles really need to stop here. Can't really afford to go down by 14 here. But we have seen them come back in second halves. Pretty good second half team. But I feel like they would much prefer to be down 7 or 10 rather than 14.
And timeout by BCHS, so they use their 3rd timeout of the half. Here with 5:30 to go in the 2nd quarter. Faith Lutheran looking to score once again.
Good timeout call there because they really need to stop here. Really make sure they've got everything figured out on defense.
Really slow game compared to last week against St. Joseph.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of long drives, a couple penalties, causing for a fairly long game.
Thank you for all those listening all the way in Las Vegas supporting Faith Lutheran here tonight. I'd like to welcome you to our broadcasting service.
Yeah, thank you to all our listeners all across the globe, really. We truly appreciate it.
3rd goal.
3rd and goal for Faith Lutheran. Schwartz takes a snap. Pump fakes, then throws a fade up for Thornton. He's got it. Touchdown.
Yeah, Thornton able to muscle his way to create enough separation to catch his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Already had 2 last year. Matches the 2 so far this year.
Yeah, so far he's really been dominating the game. And Faith Lutheran once again will go with the odd formation, but now they'll bring it in and just kick the PAT.
Crusaders on attempt the extra point.
Snap is good. Kick is up. He's got it. So Faith Lutheran extends their lead by 7, 14-0. They leave with 5:24 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Eagles looking to find something after being shut out here in the first half.
No, so far kind of similar to last year's game between these two schools. This time BCHS keeping it a little bit closer. Maybe if they can have another big second half like they did last year, they might not be in that much trouble. But they would certainly like to get some points here on the board before the first half expires. That was something they were able to do last week. Big reason as to why they beat St. Joseph down in Santa Maria just a week ago.
And just a reminder for all our grandparents listening out there, next Thursday at BCHS we have Grandparents' Day. You have a grandkid that goes to BCHS, we highly recommend you come out. It's a great day for all those grandparents out there.
And it's a minimum day. You can go to lunch afterwards, after chapel. One of the best days of the year.
Faith Lutheran to kick it off. And line drive kick bounces out of bounds. So the Eagles are in a great field position. after the Faith Lutheran touchdown.
That will certainly help them in their quest to get their first score of the game. So far, they have been moving the ball fairly well. It was only that one drive where they had the interception where they didn't move the ball down the field. This time, they just need to find a way to get it into the end zone.
So the Eagles will get the ball at the 35-yard line. David Steele runs off the field. Eagles trying to put some points up before halftime. They will receive after the half. Have Wendell Henderson to the bottom of the screen. Fakes the handoff. Throws an out route. And finds his brother, Bo Gamboni, with the reception. Gain of about 5. And the Eagles are trying to rotate some of those wide receivers into the game now.
Yeah, we've seen Bo Gamboni come in a couple times throughout this year. Already has a couple catches. And that brother connection there gets BCHS some pretty good yards on first down.
Henderson now at the top of the screen. Gamboni in the slot. Dominic Gamboni takes a snap, trying to avoid pressure, and then he gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage at about the 31-yard line. David Stevenson comes off limping, and that's not a good sign.
We've already seen a couple of Eagles players go off the field limping. Seen a couple of them already come back into the game, and the Eagles are certainly going to need Stevenson back out there. Been one of the key factors.
So after the gain of 5 from a pass from Dominic Gamboni to Bo Gamboni, they lose the 5 on the sack. Bring up 3rd and 10. Gamboni takes the snap. Pressured again, and he gets drilled.
Faith Lutheran, when they've brought pressure, always able to just get into there.
Yeah, Hunter Kayupiku with the sack, the Fresno State linebacking commit.
4th and long for the Eagles.
Able to get to Gamboni. Bring up 4th and long, and Jurosic's going to have to come out and punt.
Yeah, he's already had one interception, has a sack there. Faith Lutheran doing a great job when they bring pressure, getting to Gamboni, not allowing him to get off a pass.
High snap, Jurosic, better punt this time, high, and fields it around the 30-yard line. Rohan then sheds a tackle, and gets wrapped up just past the 35-yard line, up to about the 37, 38-yard line of Faith Lutheran.
Actually a pretty good punt there by Jurosic. Now the Eagles defense, hope they can get a quick 3 and out here to get the offense the ball back and try and score before the half ends. It might be hard to stop the clock without any timeouts.
3:02 to go. Faith Lutheran leads 14-0. Second quarter of action. Takes a snap, handoff. Canals gets about a yard or two. Up to the 44-yard line. Bring up 2nd down. A little bit conservative play calling by the Crusaders.
Now with them having a 14-0 lead, no reason to chance it.
As Schwartz is going to try to run, gets positive yards, and gets up to about the 50-yard line. Bring about 3rd and 4.
Eagles desperately need to stop the Crusaders here.
3rd and 4 for the Crusaders.
Get the ball back. If they don't get a stop here, Faith Lutheran most likely takes this one into the half, and they might even be able to get a score out of it.
Crucial 3rd down, handoff. Canals behind the line of scrimmage. He's brought down. Tackle for loss for the Eagles. They're going to get one more chance before half, but not a lot of time with no timeouts.
Foster and Lynch.
Yeah, great job there by Foster and Lynch. Stop them. Looks like Faith Lutheran still out there on offense.
They're not going to punt it back.
Might see a QB punt, you never know.
Eagles drop back in coverage. Now Raymond comes in. Takes a snap. He looks like he's going to throw. Schwartz runs out to the right side. Now he throws. Has a wide receiver, but he's out of bounds. Falls incomplete. Goes through his hands. And the Eagles are going to take over in Faith Lutheran territory with 1:19 to go here in the second half. No timeouts, though, but they have a shot to score.
So a bold call there by Faith Lutheran to go for it on fourth down. And with them not converting, it gives the Eagles pretty good field position. Puts them with a better chance of being able to get a score here going into the half and get some momentum.
So they will have the ball on the 44-yard line. Down by 14.
The Eagles have the ball at the 43-yard line. 1:19 to go.
Takes the snap. Gamboni gonna throw one up and falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
Intended for, looks like Lendell Henderson. Big, tall wide receiver.
2nd and 10.
Gonna bring up 2nd and 10 now with 1:14 to go.
Now we're gonna see BCHS take a lot of shots downfield here. Try and get them close to, or inside the red zone. Give them the chance to at least get 3 points here.
2nd and 10. Gamboni takes a snap. Throws, has his brother over the middle, but he gets hit right before the ball came to him. Not going to throw a flag, but he was hammered in the back. Falls incomplete. Looked like the ball got there and he got there at the same time. Great defensive play by Faith Lutheran. With 1:08 to go, and third down by 14, you would think the Eagles would try and get something out of it, but maybe they play a little conservative.
I feel like at this point in the game, I feel like you've got to go for it.
Third and 10.
Third down, 10.
Faith Lutheran showing pressure. Gamboni takes a snap. Gonna take another deep shot, and that one's intercepted. Fell short of the wide receiver, and Faith Lutheran gets it at their own 15.
Intercepted by Rhodes.
Big interception there for Faith Lutheran to keep this game at 14-0 as the first half is almost over.
Yeah, 1:02 to go. Faith Lutheran only has one timeout left. Or excuse me, they have two.
Yeah, even with two timeouts, so they got to pretty much go the length of the field. And with them already having the lead, you know, we may see them try and run a couple quick plays, see if they can get something, but for the most part, I feel like they're going to play this one pretty conservatively, probably take it into the half.
Right now they have shotgun formation with four wide receivers spread out. Schwartz fakes the handoff, looks left, throws, and hit the back of the linebacker Noah Doss. Intended for number 13, Keegan Budd. Falls incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 57 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Faith Lutheran might actually be trying to extend their lead, get a little greedy here. Because a 21-0 lead is certainly better than a 14-0 lead.
And they got to know the Eagles are a second-half team.
Yeah, they should know that from last year. The Eagles scored 28 points in the second half. But bad thing for them, last year they were down 42-0 at the half. This year they're only down 14-0.
Schwartz, QB draw, and gets about 4 on the play. Donovan Foster there with the tackle.
Foster for a short gain.
And the clock's going to roll under 40 seconds now. .25 on the clock. Faith Lutheran, 3rd and 6 from their own side of the field. And handoff to Canals. And that's got to be the end of the first half. That will be the last play, looks like, as the clock rolls under 5 seconds now. And that'll do it for the first half of football. Faith Lutheran leads 14-0 after a very slow first half of football.
Yeah, very slow half of football, a lot of long drives. Not a lot of scoring for the Eagles, 14 points for the Crusaders. And this game's so close considering how good of a second half team the Eagles are.
For sure. We'll be right back for the second half of football after this 20-minute intermission. We'll be back with a halftime report right before the start of the second half. Eagles trail 14-0 to Faith Lutheran. We'll be right back after the half. And we are back for second half of football. Eagles just took the lead coming out after the halftime break.
We wish they took the lead.
Wish they did too, but they're down 14-0 with 2 quarters remaining. Faith Lutheran dominating this game. Gamboni's thrown 2 interceptions.
Yeah, so far, BCHS, they've been running the ball all right. They've been throwing the ball all right, but just not good enough to get a score so far. Good news for BCHS is they've been a much better second half team than they are in the first half. So let's see what adjustments they've made here at halftime.
Saw them rotating some wide receivers in and out of the game.
I feel like they're trying to give some of their guys a breather and be a little better prepared once the second half hits.
About to get going. Eagles are going to receive first after the halftime break. Trying to come back after trailing 14-0 after the first half of football. Eagles are normally a second half team. Last year against Faith Lutheran, they scored 28 second half points after being shut out in the first half.
They can replicate that here tonight. I feel like they're going to be in a good spot. But it's a tough task to do. And I'm sure Faith Lutheran, they've realized that they gave up 28 points in the second half to BCHS. So I feel like they're going to be a bit better prepared to stop what's ever coming from the Eagles.
Teams are getting on the field now. Blackout night for the Eagles, wearing the black helmets, black jerseys, and black pants. Faith Lutheran wearing white helmets, grayish jerseys, and white pants. And we're about to get ready for the second half of football. And the second half starts with a short kick. Bounces fielded around the 30. Eagles going to try to take it the other way, but get brought down at about the 30-yard line. No gain on the return, but 30-yard line's pretty good field position.
Yeah, pretty good field position. We saw there Faith Lutheran take a different approach with the kickoff, because we saw Chris Gutierrez almost, he housed one, but he'd get called back due to a penalty.
So the Eagles will start from their own 30-yard line, down by 14. Looking to crawl their way back into this game. Gamboni takes the snap, hands it off to Stevenson. Stevenson breaks a tackle and then gets wrapped up around the 37-yard line. Gain of about 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
A good gain there by Stevenson. We saw the Eagles go more to him earlier in the game, but as the first half went on, went away from him more and more. They go right back to him here to start the first half, and I feel like that's a good decision because he's been playing well so far.
Gamboni takes a snap. Handoff to Stevenson once again. Left side, cups it upfield, and then finally gets wrapped up close to the 50-yard line. Going to mark him just short of the 50, but that's enough for an Eagles first down.
That's exactly what the Eagles needed coming out of halftime. A little momentum, a couple semi-decent big plays there. They need to keep this momentum rolling.
Eagles offensively haven't had a lot going for them, but here they are. Wattenbarger in the backfield. Gamboni takes a snap. Lex throws the hitch to Simrel. Simrel trying to make a move, but cannot go anywhere. Gets the ball to about the 44-45 yard line. It's going to bring up second down.
No, he wasn't able to get any yards after the catch, but he was able to get enough yards for a pretty good first down gain.
Gain of 7 on the hitch to Ronnie Simrel. One of the many transfers to play at BCHS. Down 14-0. Eagles opening drive of second half. Gamboni takes a snap. Handoff to Wattenberger. Wattenberger breaks outside, then fumbles the ball. Eagles trying to recover it, and looks like they fall on top of it.
Was a fumble, but they were able to manage to get a first down. We've already seen 2 fumbles from the Eagles, but both times they've been able to recover it. And that could have been scary.
Yeah, already on this opening drive, have the ball at the Faith Lutheran 36. First and 10 for the Eagles, 9:35 to go here in the third quarter. Gamboni takes a snap. Pressure off the right side, now throws, finds Tyler Carr, and he gets a first down up to about the 22-yard line, and the Eagles are moving.
Yeah, the Eagles really starting to roll now here, starting to find their stride, both running the ball and throwing it. They look much better right here. We kind of expected that, as we've mentioned and as we've seen multiple times. They are a second half team.
David Steele on the sideline trying to get the fans fired up. Gamboni takes a snap. Stevenson up the middle. Stevenson almost able to break it, but gets a good gain on there. About 9 to about the 14-yard line.
Looks like he might have had some open field to get a touchdown, the first score of the game for the Eagles, but still a pretty good run there by Stevenson.
Gain of only 8, but it's going to bring up a second and short with 2 yards to gain. The Eagles have the ball in the Faith Lutheran red zone. The snap is a handoff to Stevenson up the middle. Stevenson plows his way up past the 10-yard line to about the 9, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
Eagles just continually running with Stevenson, continuing to move the chains, and they are really striking here.
Timeout, Crusaders.
Timeout by Faith Lutheran with 8:16 to go here in the third quarter. Already off to a great start compared to the first half.
Yeah, BCHS seems to have made their adjustments now in this timeout. Faith Lutheran going to try and make some of their own, as the Eagles are on the doorstep of their first score of the game.
Down by 14, Eagles trying to make the comeback. Fell short of the comeback last year at Faith Lutheran when they lost 42-28. Faith Lutheran up 14-0, 8:16 to go, third quarter.
First and goal, Eagles from the 9.
First and goal from the 9. Henderson, the tall target on the bottom of the screen, has Gutierrez and Simrel at the top. Takes a snap. Now he's going to throw it over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez going to run up the middle, then gets hit, trying to fight his way into the end zone. And they're just going to mark him short. No.
Looked like they marked him just a bit short. Looked like he might have got in there, but the ruling is just inches short.
Yeah, the stadium announcer called for a touchdown, but I didn't see the officials raise their hands. Gutierrez definitely got it inside the 3. They're going to mark it just at the 1.
More like the inch line.
And they're going to run the pro formation with Donovan Foster, the fullback. Gamboni under center, takes a snap, handoff, Stevenson, in for an Eagles touchdown, Eagles!
A nice drive there by the Eagles. Marched all the way down the field, started from the 30-yard line, went 70 yards, and they look much better right now to start off the second half.
So the Eagles take their first opportunity here in the second half. Get 70-yard drive for a touchdown. David Stevenson up the middle for a 1-yard rushing touchdown. And now Julius Salinas for the PAT. It looked like a little movement at the line. See what side they're going to mark it. And it's a false start against the Eagles.
False start against the Eagles. Back it up.
It's going to back up the PAT a little bit further. Salinas missed an extra point last week against St. Joseph. That was his first missed extra point of the year.
I still don't know if he missed that one. It looked like it went through, but they called it. Said he missed it.
Snap's good. Kick is up.
Kick is up.
It's good. So the Eagles score a touchdown, cut the lead to 7 with 7:24 to go here in the third quarter. Faith Lutheran leads 14-7, and we got a brand new football game here in the second half.
Yeah, it's already shaping up to be a much better second half here. And now let's see what the Eagles can do on defense. You know, their defense for the most part was pretty good, but they allowed 14 points to the Crusaders. They're really going to need a big stand here throughout the second half and give the offense as much leeway as they need.
It's a wonderful fall Friday here in the Central Valley. Perfect temperature for some high school football.
Yeah, it actually feels kind of pleasant. Say,
first time this year.
Yeah, there's been games where it's super hot. We've also experienced some windy ones as well, which is kind of odd. But tonight, it's just right.
For those wondering, USC is leading Utah right now, 21-17 in the third quarter. For those watching in the Southern California area, no, there's a lot of USC fans in Bakersfield.
Not Mr. Chai, though.
Not Mr. Chai, even though he has a degree from USC.
We don't talk about that one.
The other school in LA. Salinas to kick it off. That one's booted away and fielded around the 10-yard line. Rohan with the return, and he's got some space. He's running down the right side, and he's gone. Wow, back-to-back weeks where an opposing team has scored a kickoff touchdown on the Eagles. And just when we thought the special teams from the first two games was back and solid, 2 straight games with a kickoff given up.
Just absolutely gashed the kickoff return team there. Nice shot by Rowan, but that's exactly what the Eagles did not need after they score the opening second half touchdown.
And just when you think, hey, it's a one-score game, the Eagles have a chance, Faith Lutheran, in a matter of seconds, score to put them back up by 2 scores.
Yeah, that's a real killer. Put together a nice long drive, take off 5 minutes off the clock just for Faith Lutheran in a matter of 10 seconds. Keep the lead at 14.
Faith Lutheran to kick the extra point. Snap's good, kick is up. That splits the uprights, so Faith Lutheran gets back the 7 points they just gave up. take a 21-7 lead with 7:10 to go here in the third quarter.
Certainly not how the Eagles envisioned that to go. Looked like what we were saying, they had some more momentum after that drive. I feel like a lot of that just went away right there.
Yeah, definitely a heartbreaker for Darren Carr and company. See what the great mind of Darren has in store for the Eagles.
The good thing is there's still plenty of time left here in the second half. You know, we said earlier in the broadcast that the Eagles came back, scored 28 points in the second half against Faith Lutheran. So only 21 more to go. If they're able to do that, it would be 28-21, but then they would need some stops as well.
Eagles finally get an 11th player on the field, and Faith Lutheran is off to kick off. And another short kick, fielded this time at about the 37, sheds a tackle and gets up past the 40, about to the 43-44 yard line. And great field position once again.
Yeah, that kick was a bit too short there for Faith Lutheran, and Eagles going to start off with some great field possession.
Ball. Personal foul against Faith Lutheran, and that's going to move the ball up even more. So don't go away. Down by 14, the Eagles are going to get the ball at the Faith Lutheran 41-yard line.
Yeah, that certainly helps after the kickoff return there by Faith Lutheran.
Gamboni and company back on the field. Takes a snap. Looking to throw. Throws to the right side for Tyler Carr. It's a gain of about 5. Bring up 2nd and 5.
We've seen a lot of those. We saw a lot of those passes in the last drive for the Eagles, and they worked out quite well. They go right back to it there. They get 5 yards on first down.
Second and 5 with 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles trail 21-7 to Faith Lutheran. Gamboni takes the snap, pump fakes, now throws, gets hit as he throws, up for Gutierrez, and he comes down with it.
Nice leaping grab there by Chris Gutierrez to give the Eagles a first down and a big gain.
Ball all the way up to the 19-yard line.
First down.
First and 10 inside the Faith Lutheran red zone. Takes a snap. Throws over to the right side for Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to make a move, does make a move, but there's a flag in the backfield. Gets around the edge, gets about 5, but flag in the backfield, and say about 90% of the time that's a holding call.
Could be a roughing the passer.
And it is a roughing the passer.
Yeah, Gamboni took a big hit. The Eagles will get some more yards.
Should give the Eagles an automatic first down.
And it does.
That's distance to goal. That's Eagle first down, first and goal.
First and goal coming up for the Eagles. 21-7 Faith Lutheran leads here with 5:53 to go in the third quarter. Ball at the 7. Gamboni. Handoff. Stevenson up the middle. Trying to break a tackle. Does he get in? And it looks like they're in a spot. 1 yard short. Again, so 2 times in a row the Eagles get marked at the 1.
Yeah, 2 times. Eagles just inches away. Now all they need to do is punch it in like they did the last time. And then they're only down by a touchdown once again.
Eagles offense just clicking here in the second half. They're going to run the big I formation with Foster, the fullback.
What are the chances we see a naked bootleg here tonight?
None. Handoff. Stevenson up the middle. Touchdown, Eagles!
Another great response there by the Eagles after the Faith Lutheran kickoff return for a touchdown. And now they're only down by 1 score. And the offense just looked so much better here in the second half and third quarter.
Yeah, just able to score in a little over 2 minutes. Not a lot of time. Got the great field position after the penalty and the short kick. Salinas on to kick the extra point. Snap's good. Kick is up. It's good. So the Eagles cut the lead to 7 once again.
Cut the lead once again. Now they need to prevent another kickoff return for a touchdown. Allow their defense to get another 3 and out. They've already got a couple so far tonight. Trying to get their offense back on the field as soon as possible. And I know the Eagles scored, but I would have loved to see a naked bootleg. I feel like it's a very underrated play because it either results in a touchdown or your quarterback getting murdered. No in between.
Don't want to see Gamboni.
Yeah, I don't want to see. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't want to see him get murdered, but I feel like it's a fun play. Sometimes.
The Eagles cut things to 7. New ball game here in the second half. .5:02 to go. Eagles down by 7. Salinas to kick it off. Salinas is the ASB senior class president at BCHS. A lot going in the future of that young man.
Always good. Looks good on some college applications. Even, I know we had NHS do. So Eagles will bring him down around the 35, but there's a flag on the play.
Ball was marked around the 35. And it is against Faith Lutheran. And the ball gets moved back to the 25-yard line. So they'll have to go 75 yards to equal the Eagles' score they just had. 2 one-yard touchdown runs by David Stevenson.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen the Eagles on defense here in this second half. Let's see what they've done. They've got a lot of time to rest now. And another flag.
Movement. False start on Faith Lutheran. Back him up. 1st and 15 coming up for the Crusaders. Schwartz, the quarterback, has 2 men in the backfield with him. And little bump by the running back, but got about a couple yards there, but it looks like a holding call. Flag is down.
Looks like Faith Lutheran might just keep going back and back due to penalties.
El Nawal with the carry there.
We haven't seen a lot of him tonight. He had been Faith Lutheran's leading rusher through 3 games so far this season.
And it is holding against the Crusaders. Ball is now going to be spotted at about the 13-yard line. First down marker is at the 35. First and 22 for Faith Lutheran.
Certainly not how Faith Lutheran wanted to have their first drive of the third quarter go.
Handoff to Canals. Canales gets a couple on that play. Still going to be second and very long.
Archer and Doss on the stop.
First and 15. Or, excuse me, first and about 20. As handoff goes nowhere. Eagles in there. Foster's there.
Saw the changes made on offense for the Eagles. But right now we're seeing a lot more changes made on the defensive side in their first time on defense in this third quarter. So another stop there behind the line.
Third and very long coming up for the Crusaders. Eagles student section making some noise. Third and 19. Faith Lutheran looking to throw, and that's tipped at the line of scrimmage and batted down by Ben Jurasik, the senior that's committed to Stanford. And what can't he do?
Yeah, nice play there by Jurasik. Kind of smart heads-up play there to get his arm up and deflect that pass and force Faith Lutheran to punt.
Fourth and 19, and Faith Lutheran's going to punt it very deep in their territory. Their punter's standing at the goal line right now.
Yes, this is looking pretty good for the Eagles here. Once again, they're going to have maybe the best field position they've had the entire game.
Rugby-style punt is bouncing, and it's a great bounce for Faith Lutheran. The bounce takes it all the way to the Eagles' 41-yard line. So a great punt by Faith Lutheran. Flips the field a little bit. And the Eagles will take over from their own 41-yard line. Down by 7. 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Two religious schools battling against each other. Eagles coach David Carr played with Faith Lutheran coach Vernon Fox in college. That's why this home-and-home series exists. And it's cause for some exciting football here tonight in the Central Valley.
Yeah, it's good. You don't see a lot of non-in-state games.
As that pass is too low for Tyler Carr. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Gamboni trying to fit it in there just past the marker on the sideline. Cannot. Second down coming.
It's one of the few incompletions, maybe the only one so far in this third quarter. So far, the Eagles' offense has looked stellar in this second half.
Second and 10. Handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson trying to go up the middle. Gets about 3 on that carry, and it's going to be a 3rd and 7. This is a crucial third down, only down by 7 points.
Yeah, you obviously want to score here and tie things up, because the fourth quarter is approaching, and you wouldn't want to be down by 7 heading into the last quarter of play.
3rd and 7 with 2:25 to go here in the third quarter.
3rd and 7.
Gamboni takes a snap. They're going to run a bubble screen to Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to get the edge. Does! Gutierrez running down the sideline. No penalties are down. And throws the defender down before getting dragged down up to about the 20-yard line. What a catch and run by Chris Gutierrez. Brings the ball into Faith Lutheran territory all the way to the 21.
Looks like it might have got stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but no. Chris Gutierrez with a nice play to get a big first down. And Chris Gutierrez is having himself a night so far.
Flips the field, 3rd and 7 to 1st and 10 on Faith Lutheran side. Gamboni another screen, this time to Gutierrez again, and Gutierrez makes a jump cut and gets inside the 20 to about the 16 or 17-yard line.
Short game, tackled by Barber.
They're going to mark it at the 17.
2nd and 6.
2nd and about 6. Just under a minute 30 to go in the third quarter. Eagles trying to tie this game after trailing 14-0 at the half. Takes a snap. Handoff. Stevenson up the middle. Stevenson breaks a tackle or two and gets all the way up inside the 10. And that's enough for an Eagles first down. 1st and goal coming up.
Nice run there by Stevenson, and the Eagles really knocking on the doorsteps of the end zone, hoping to tie this game up before the third quarter expires.
Another handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson just lowers his head and gets inside the 5, up to about the 4 with 50 seconds to go. Eagles trail by 7.
Tackle made by Baldwin.
Eagles offense just coming out here in the second half. 2 touchdown drives, 2 one-yard rushing touchdowns by David Stevenson, and now they find themselves again inside the 5-yard line. Eagles going to spread them out. 2 receivers at the top of the screen with Jurasic, the tight end. Simmerl at the bottom of the screen. Handoff to Weinberger. In for an Eagles touchdown!
And what a change so far has been made from this Eagles offense. 20 points right now in this third quarter. And they're 1 point and they're a PAT away from having this game tied up. They've looked so much better running the ball and throwing the ball.
Defense is holding strong with Faith Lutheran only having that kickoff return for a touchdown. Salinas on to tie it. Snap's good. Kick is up. It's good. This is a tied ball game here in the third quarter. Eagles roar back for 3 second-half touchdowns, and we're tied.
Seems like the Eagles playing much faster and looser than they did in the first half. That's contributing to 21 points here. And now they have all the momentum going into this last quarter.
Students are fired up. Team has their heads held high.
You know, they've got to be feeling pretty good with where they're at right now, especially when they were down 14-0 at halftime.
We've got a new ball game here.
David Steele trying to get the fans fired up once again. Commissioner of Spirit at BCHS, and he has a lot of it. Salinas' kick is high and fielded around the 22-yard line. Faith Lutheran trying to take it outside. He has some space, and then he finally stiff arms his way out of bounds at about the 50-yard line or so. Great run by number 10. El Nawal.
So far, the only thing going right for Faith Lutheran in this third quarter has been their kickoff returns.
Actually going to spot it back at the 47 of Faith Lutheran. Schwartz in the pistol. 5 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the third quarter, it looks like. Takes the snap, handoff, and Canales gets about 4 in that play. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So the Eagles score 21 points to Faith Lutheran 7 to tie it up. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter of action after this. And we are back for this fourth quarter of action. Tied 21-21. 12 minutes remain in this tied ball game. Before the break, there was a holding penalty against Faith Lutheran that backed them up at 10 more yards. And with that run right there by El Nawal, gets about 7 or 8 or so of them back. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
And about 13.
Crucial down. In these key situations, we've seen Faith Lutheran target the big man, number 14, Peyton Thornton. Takes a snap, looking, throws it to Turner. Turner behind the original line of scrimmage, maybe gets only about 1 there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there on defense by Randy Raymond. And the Eagles defense looking much better here in the second half. And now after this punt, they'll bring back on the red-hot Eagles offense.
Ball on their own 46.
Faith Lutheran with the little punts they've had this game, only about the 2nd or 3rd, as this one bounces at around the 21-22 yard line. And that's where this Eagles offense will come onto the field. Dominic Gamboni and the gang. 3 touchdowns, all rushing in the third quarter. 2 by David Stevenson, 1 by Jess Wattenbarger.
You got it right this time. Didn't say Cole. Progress.
I think last game I didn't say.
I don't think you did either. Wow.
I got you, Jess.
first and 10. Now it's time for a nice long Eagle drive.
First and 10 coming up. 10:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles trying to get that touchdown to take the lead after they've trailed most of this game. We're down 14-0 at the halftime. Second half comeback tied at 21. Gamboni out route to Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to blow his way over a defender. Both got stood up and then falls down and around the 30-yard line. Gain of about 7 or so, but not anywhere near a first down. Going to bring up a second and about 3.
Eagles have been going way more to Gutierrez here in the second half, and it's been working out for him. He had that big play that led to the third touchdown for the Eagles, and he's really having himself a night at receiver.
Excuse me. First down markers at the 31, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. 9-yard play by Gutierrez. Takes a snap. Handoff. Stevenson outside trying to get some positive yardage. Looks like he got to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they're going to give him more. And looks like they're going to have him just short of the first down. 3rd and inches coming up.
And a 3rd and 1.
Seems the refs are talking to the Faith Lutheran players. And now here we go. 3rd and 1 from the 30. Handoff to Wanberger. Wanberger gets the first down. And more. He's up to about the 37-yard line. First down, Eagles.
Solid run there. Enough. And some more to get the first down there by Jess Wanberger. And the Eagles just continue to move the ball here in the second half.
Clock's rolling. Now under 8:40 to go. Eagles seem to have all the time they'd want in the world. Gamboni pressured outside. Now throws and shot it over too far right for Gutierrez. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Haven't seen too many incompletions in the second half. But with the way Gamboni and the Eagles have just been moving the ball, probably going to see them pick up the first down here and just keep this drive alive.
2nd and 10, 8:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tied 21-21. Gamboni fakes a handoff, throw over to his brother, Bo Gamboni, tries to split the defenders, gets about 3 or so on the play, up to around the 40-yard line, maybe just a little short. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Made by Mendoza.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Eagles. This is a crucial down.
Yeah, really crucial down here. The Eagles really need to convert here. You know, the game is still tied, looking to get their first lead of the game. And they turn the ball, or if they don't get it here, putting a lot of pressure on the defense, but there will be a timeout from Bakersfield Christian. Make sure they get this play exactly how they want it.
Yeah, like we said, it was a crucial down, or it is a crucial down, and you really need to convert. With 7:43, I mean, there's time, but you really need to score it on this drive here.
Yeah, because with the way this game's been going, we have been seeing a lot of long drives, so you kind of need to score. You'd like to score here, because maybe by the next time you get the ball back, you could be down or it could be tied, but there's 2 minutes left and you only have 2 timeouts, so it could be difficult.
Yeah, Faith Lutheran hasn't given up a lot of deep plays Eagles aren't able to turn into a lot of big plays like we've seen in previous weeks, like with the Tyler Carr catch against CBC and the David Stevenson run against St. Joseph's. Eagles coming off a bye week. They're 3-0 in the season. Faith Lutheran 0-3. Two totally separate ends of the spectrum. Both teams trying to improve and get that sought-after victory in this one. 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. Gamboni looks like nothing. Pressured. Can't get sacked. Now throws. Finds Simrall. Simrall turns it upfield and trying to get it over and finally cannot. Let's see how close. He's close to the marker.
Looks like with that reach, he was able to get it over.
They're going to give him the first down. What an effort by Gamboni to avoid the pressure. Find Simrall, and Simrall able to get that extra effort. Just reach it over a little bit and get the first down.
Yeah, that's just a great effort play all around by Gamboni to keep the play alive with a scramble, and then Ronnie Simrall with the reach and refusing to go down. So nice play there by the Eagles.
Ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. Snap is a handoff to Wanberger. Wanberger left side cuts it upfield and gets up past the 50-yard line to about the 48-yard line with now under 7 minutes to go in this one. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for Darren Carr in the game. Got to praise Darren Carr for his second half adjustments. Every year it seems like the second half they just find a way to come back.
Yeah, I don't know what he tells them there in the locker room, but whatever it is, it works. Needs to keep doing that. You know, you'd maybe like to see them not have to make as many second half adjustments, just have it all figured out in the first half, but that's kind of a difficult thing to do because you got to see how the game's going, what defense and what offense the opposing team's playing.
Fakes the handoff, throw, cut, and that's enough for an Eagles first down.
One of the few times we've seen David Stevenson at wide receiver, he gets a first down catch.
Yeah, normally used as a running back, able to catch this one out of the air on a nice little post pattern. It's enough for an Eagles first down all the way up to about the 36-yard line of Faith Lutheran. 5:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eagles attempting to take the lead after trailing by 14 at the half. Snap is a fake to Wanberger. Gamboni pumped it, then got hit, then throws. Tried to find Jurasik over the middle, but he was hit as the ball came in. Drops the ball and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Don't see too many drops there by Jurasik. A lot of that drop was attributed to the hit as soon as it got to him. Eagles have 2nd down, but feels like nothing for them with the way they've just been going up and down the field.
Second and 10. Stevenson out at wide receiver once again. Wattenberger in the backfield. Takes a snap. Handoff Wanberger. Wanberger tries to bat it outside. Spins around the defender and then gets dragged down at the line of scrimmage. Gain of none. 3rd and 10 coming up. And at this area in the territory, first down's at about the 27-yard line. You could see him do 2 plays to try to get this first down.
Yeah, we could see him try and do a quick play here on 3rd down, get it inside 5 yards, and then go for it on 4th. It is that kind of area. With the game tied at 21, you're not thinking about trying to send this game into overtime or try and rely on your defense. You're trying to win it or take the lead right here.
Yeah, 4:45 to go, tied at 21. Crucial 3rd down and 10. Gamboni fakes the handoff, has time, throws, taking a shot, Stevenson, and it's intercepted at the 2-yard line by Faith Lutheran. Faith Lutheran bring it the other way, and brought down at around the 30, but there's a flag back after the interception. And wow, what a crucial play. Gamboni throws his third interception of the day.
Yeah, it came out a really bad time there for the interception. Just left too much air under it. Looks like he had Stevenson open, but just a nice recovery there by Faith Lutheran to get to the ball and intercept it.
Holding against Crusaders.
Looks like holding against Faith Lutheran. Going to move the ball back all the way to about the 10-yard line. So Faith Lutheran will have to go most of the field to even get a field goal attempt. Haven't been able to do much offensively in the second half. Handoff up the middle, and he gets stuffed. Eagles defense in there to stop him.
That's exactly what the Eagles needed. Stop. They're going to need two more, force them to punt. Then they could have great field position and a great chance to win the game if they are able to force a stop and get the ball back.
About a yard. He's at second down.
Under 4 minutes to go. Eagles have 2 timeouts. Faith Lutheran has 2 timeouts. Tied at 21. We got a good one.
Been a much more exciting second half here.
And timeout by the Eagles, so they waste their second timeout here, trying to get the second down right.
You know, maybe not the most favorable time to call a timeout. But it seems like they had to do it. Wasn't liking what they had formation-wise.
3:44 to go. Tied at 21. Faith Lutheran's only second half points are a touchdown return by Julian Rohan. Eagles score 3 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Nothing going for both sides. Gamboni threw a crucial interception, the 2-yard line, just a couple of minutes ago. Now here we are. Second and about 10 from the Faith Lutheran 10. Faith Lutheran with the ball.
Second down and 10.
Schwartz motions the running back to his right side. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Throws in, it's tipped again, and almost intercepted by the Eagles inside the red zone. Foster was there, and man, that could have been a crucial play.
Eagles had 3 chances to grab a crucial interception. But instead, Faith Lutheran gets a little bit lucky there, and they'll have third down.
3rd and 10, 3:39 to go. Backed up at their own 10. Eagles crowd making some noise. Throws to the right side and gets the first down. And they're going to move the chains. Wow. Huge play on 3rd and 10, and he finds his big target in Thornton.
Yeah, big pickup there for Faith Lutheran. And the Eagles, just a play ago, looked like they were almost out of it with the interception, but instead, Faith Lutheran keeps their chances alive with this game tied at 21. Keeps the chains moving, hoping to get a touchdown here.
Takes the snap, throws right side, and it's the same play again to Thornton. Out route, gets about 6 or so.
You know, sometimes you just got to stick with what's working for you. And Thornton certainly throughout the game has been what's working for Faith Lutheran.
Gain of 7 on the board, and 2nd and 3.
2nd and about 3. Handoff up the middle, and Eagles are there. Stop it.
Looks like this is going to lead to a big third down here.
50 yards, now 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Biggest play of the night. Clock just ticked under 3 minutes to go. Tied at 21. Faith Lutheran has the ball at their own 30. And timeout by Faith Lutheran. So now each team has only one timeout to go with those last 2 minutes and 43 seconds left.
Yeah, we've seen both coaches not try and save their timeouts to the end of the game. Well, this is kind of towards the end of the game. Let's see what Faith Lutheran calls here out of the timeout.
Looked like they were going to pass it, but 3rd and 1, and how successful their run game's been up the middle, you'd think they'd go to it. Maybe under 3 minutes, don't want to run it.
You know, maybe. But I feel like I guess we'll see here, but yeah, they realized that they didn't want to pass the ball, and for good reason, because they get the first down there with the run.
Get the first down all the way up to about the 33-yard line or so. Nope, they're going to mark it at the 34.
First down.
And the Eagles are going to have to try to stop them one more time. 2:31 to go. Tied 21-21. Faith Lutheran, their own 33-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and he plows his way up to about the 39-yard line. Canales with the carry.
Canales has had a pretty good night so far for Faith Lutheran. It's got a lot of carries, a lot of touches.
Ball all the way up to the 40. Now, time under 2 minutes. Tied 21-21. Another handoff, and he goes nowhere. Loses yards there. All the way back to the 37-yard line.
Got dragged down there. It causes another 3rd down. Faith Lutheran's done a great job on 3rd down this drive. And they really need it, and they really need another conversion.
Looked like an official timeout or something.
That's what it was.
Here we go. Crucial 3rd down, and finds these open wide receiver. It's number 80, Quentin Rice, and that's a huge play. That's into Eagle territory to the 47.
That's a huge pickup there for the Crusaders. And the Eagles just can't seem to get off the field.
1:05 to go. And another handoff, and he goes nowhere.
It's a bold strategy they're going with the run, especially with the time under 1 minute.
Nobody calling timeout. Faith Lutheran with only one timeout to go.
Yeah, odd game management here from the Crusaders.
And fake the handoff. This time throw an out route to Rice again, and this one just goes out of the reach of him, out of bounds, and stops the clock at 35 seconds to go. Bring a huge 3rd and 9.
Be a good time for the Eagles to finally get off the field in this drive. Crusaders already had 3 3rd down conversions on this drive. And they've killed a lot of time off this clock. It was around 7 minutes when they got the ball. And they've knocked off 6.5.
3rd and 9. Fakes the handoff. Now looking. Gonna go to the big man Thornton, and he catches it, and he's running into the end zone. Touchdown, Faith Lutheran, with 27 seconds to go. The big target, Peyton Thornton, goes up and mosses Chris Gutierrez and runs it into the end zone for a Faith Lutheran touchdown with 27 seconds to go. And they take a 6-point lead here late.
Once again, they go to Thornton. It's been one of their most productive guys. And again, got to credit the Crusaders on their third down play.
It's his third touchdown of the night.
Yeah, he's having a really great night here.
The extra point, snap is good, kick is up. It's good. So the Faith Lutheran Crusaders just took a 7-point lead with 27 seconds to go. The Eagles have one more chance to score a touchdown and try to force overtime.
It's going to be really tough for the Eagles. Could really use a big kickoff return here, because with 27 seconds left and only one timeout, you're not in a great spot if you're the Eagles. Probably going to need just one big play to get you down there and into the end zone.
Wow, what a huge play. Heartbreaker here in Eagles Stadium.
You know, the Eagles had been playing so well in the second half. They're only really their third or so mistake, and they've all been really crucial ones. You know, the kickoff return for a touchdown towards the beginning of the third quarter, then the interception late, and then that touchdown there. Well, the Eagles are going to need a battle and find whatever left they have inside to try and win this game.
One timeout in 27 seconds isn't much, but I've seen miracles happen.
Do you believe in miracles?
Faith Lutheran to kick it off. Eagles anticipating a squib kick of sorts playing in. And no, they kick it deep. Fielded around the 15-yard line. Gutierrez running to the right side. Now trying to get something, tries to cut up and then loses 8 seconds on that play. Only gets the Eagles up to the 20. So 80 yards in 19 seconds and one timeout is what the Eagles will have to accomplish here.
Tough task.
Fate lies on the hands of senior quarterback Dominic Gamboni and the offensive team.
Really, when you look at the time, Eagles have maybe like 4 plays in them, depending on how long it takes.
Gamboni steps up, has time, throws to Henderson. Henderson lets it go through his hands. The big target went up, can't bring it down, and that's huge. That burns about
would have been
6 seconds there, and it would have been a great first down. Instead, all the way up to maybe out 47-yard line or so. Instead, 2nd and 10, all the way back at the 20.
That would have been a huge pickup. But now we're going to have to try something else again. Going to have to take a shot.
13 seconds to go, down by 7 with 1 timeout left. Here are the Eagles. Gamboni, pressure, can't take a sack, and he does. Huge loss. Timeout is called with 7 seconds, and if the chances were already nil, it's about gone now.
Yeah, that's one thing you didn't want to really do there is take a sack. Because now with 7 seconds left and you got 80 yards to go, this is most likely going to be your final play.
What a heartbreaker. With 27 seconds to go, Faith Lutheran throws a ball up to Peyton Thornton, brings it in, runs in for his third touchdown of the game. Had 86 yards and 2 touchdowns last year against the Eagles. And showed up again this year. Eagles offense comes back on the field. Faith Lutheran playing further in than their last play. And here we go with 7 seconds, no timeouts. Gamboni, low snap, quick out route to Simrel. Simrel pitches it, and then Lynch fumbles it. The ball's on the ground, and that'll do it. So Faith Lutheran comes into Bakersfield and steals the game. Hang on, there's 1 second left.
But it'll be Faith Lutheran ball, though.
Just have to do the victory formation, and then they'll be out of here. Leaving Bakersfield with a win for the Crusaders.
Certainly feels much better on the 5-hour journey back, being a victor.
But Faith Lutheran came into Bakersfield yesterday, so they're a little bit more rested than the Eagles were when they went to Vegas last year.
Yeah, they didn't look like a team that had to make a far travel as they get their first win of the season.
And there it is. So Faith Lutheran wins this game by a final score of 28-21 here in Bakersfield. Wow, what a game. Eagles down 14-0 at the half, trailed by 14 with halfway through the third. Able to come back and tie it at 21. And then can't get anything going in the fourth quarter. The only touchdown in the fourth quarter was the game winner, with 27 seconds to go. Peyton Thornton goes up and gets a ball and runs it into the end zone. Shattering hearts for Eagles fans and bringing glee to Crusader fans.
Yeah, it looked like Eagles had that second half magic, but it finally caught up with them not having a great first half start because they played a better team here in Faith Lutheran, and they pick up their first loss of the season.
Yeah, the Eagles look to play Tulare Union next week. In Tulare, we'll be calling that game. Should be a fun one. This game goes down to the wire. Faith Lutheran wins 28-21. We'll see you guys next Friday in Tulare. I'm Nate Jarecki.
I'm Kyle Gwynn.
Go Eagles.